Welcome! If we go back to the human history, before the invention of the printing machine, knowledge was confined and innovation was slow. The invention of the printing machine sparked a revolution and changed everything fundamentally. Today, we are standing at the same inflection point, the AI era. After decades of human efforts, now AI is redefining what's possible. So, here at Bitlinks with CraftApp, we are unlocking this potential for creators and businesses. As the printing machine democratized knowledge, CraftApp democratized software creation by enabling everyone to launch their digital products with unprecedented speed and precision. So, without taking too much time, let me show you how it works. So in order to open CraftApp, we just need to head over on craftapp.ai website. And yeah, as you can see, this is the landing page of CraftApp. So just in order to have a recap, CraftApp is an all-in-one AI platform for building full-stack web and mobile application just by giving simple prompts. So now let's create our first application with CraftApp. So in order to create our first application, we need to specify what kind of application do we want to create. So whether is it a web application or a mobile application. For this example, I'm going to select web application, and then you need to just type your prompt. What do you want to create? So for this example, I'm going to ask CraftApp to make a portfolio for me. So as you can see here, I asked CraftApp to make a portfolio. My name is Alex Carter and I'm a graphic designer and video editor. So of course you can put as much as detail as you want, but for this example I'm going to keep it shorter. And regarding the project, of course you can create large scale project as well, but for this example, in order to keep the length of the video shorter, so I'm gonna just stick around a small portfolio. So the next thing, you just need to specify what mode you want to create this application with. So normally in CraftApp we have two modes, basic mode and advanced mode. This basic mode is free for everyone and it has an average performance and quality, and the advanced mode is a premium option for the best performance and quality. So it's not free, so you need to upgrade to a premium plan in order to use that. But for this example, we're going to test the basic mode. So the next thing, I just need to click on this button, and upon click on this button, it asks me to sign in or sign up. So since I have already an account, I'm going to click on sign in and click on sign up button. And now, as you can see here, we are in the planning phase. So CraftApp has analyzed our initial prompt, and based on this request, CraftApp will provide us with a proposal. So as you can see here, it provides with this proposal, the information about this proposal, and also all those recommended features for this application. So of course you can select or deselect each of them, and you can add new features as you want. So for this example, I'm going to keep it as it is. Here we have some technical information which is for technical people. If you are a non-technical person, so you don't need to touch it, CraftApp will handle everything for you. But if you are a technical person and you want, for example, upload a logo, if you have a custom logo, you can definitely upload that. So for this example, I'm gonna take this logo as my portfolio logo, but it is something optional, so you don't need to touch it if you are not a technical person. And if you want to go further or define a color scheme or color branding, of course here you can do that, but I'm gonna leave it as it is. And the next thing, which is about the mode, which we have already selected, and I just need to confirm this proposal by clicking on create project button. If you want to iterate over and make some modification, of course you can discuss with AI in order to make this modification for you in terms of proposal. And once everything is ready and everything is confirmed from your side, so you just need to click on create project button in order to ask CraftApp to create this project for us. So I'm going to click on this button, and now it's going to take this proposal as a building block or as a basement of our project, and now it's going to create the initial version of our application or our portfolio website in a few minutes, and until it become ready. So I'm going to fast forward the video just in order to keep the length of the video shorter. So as you can see here, the initial version of our web application or our portfolio website is ready now. And if I scroll down, you can see it has created it pretty nice. In order to see that in full screen, we can click on this button, or even I can click on this button in order to see that in a separated page. So here you go. This is a portfolio for me. It has generated all the contents, the visuals, cards, designing, animations, everything here. So, and now let's improve it further and make some customization and add some new features. And of course, whatever you want to modify, you can do that here. So now let's enhance and develop our project further, add some new features, do some modification, and add some new customization on the top of this initial project. So in order to add some new modification on the top of our project and improve it further, we have normally two ways. The first way is to ask CraftApp, do whatever you want. So here you can ask something like, I'm gonna ask to change the background color of this header to light gray, for example. So this is the first way that we can directly ask AI to do some modification on our website, and AI will recognize and will detect that particular part and do that modification for us. So as you can see here, it has properly changed the background color of this header to light gray. So if you don't like that, you can just need to click on this undo button, and it's going to revert the changes, and we will see the previous changes. Here you go. The second thing to modify something or change something inside our web application is that you just need to click on edit button, and now every element in our web application becomes selectable. So we can target a specific element and change that. So for example, I target this element, this image, whether I can use here a visual editor. So if you are a creative person and you want to leverage your creativity, of course you can use all those options here available for you in order to add a background, color, shadow, or any animation as you want. Or whether you can ask AI to do that modification on this particular element for you. So here, for example, if I want to change this image, I can come here in the link part. I can upload my own image. As you can see here, it has been properly changed. I just need to click on save, and it will be instantly saved in my project. Yeah, here you go. And the second thing is to ask AI to do some modification for you. For example, I come here and I select this text and I ask to change its color to orange. I click on this button and it's going to target this element and apply this modification or the request that we ask CraftApp to do, and will apply those modifications on these targeted elements. So now if you check this text, the color has been changed as we asked. So as you can see here, in my portfolio, I don't have a section for language skills. So now I ask AI to add a new section for language skill with the following information. So now as you can see here, it has added a new option in the header by the name of language. And yeah, here you go. It has added a new section by the name of language skills in my portfolio. So as a next step, I'm going to ask CraftApp to do some modification, which has some backend and database logics as well. So in this example, I'm going to focus on testimonial. As you can see here, for the moment, we have a static testimonial section. There are some dummy reviews and comments which AI has generated, but I want to make it dynamic somehow that other people can come to my website and write their reviews directly in my website, and it should be visible for everyone in real time. So in order to do so, I have two ways. First, I can target this part And the second thing, you can of course write your prompt here. So here both are the same. If I now write my prompt here, like make the testimonial section so user can submit their own reviews, display on submitted reviews by default, and other stuff. So you can write your request here and click on this button. So now it's going to make this part dynamic, and for making that we need a backend. Why? Because whenever user want to save or submit their comments, normally it should be stored in a database. So that's why we need a backend. So here CraftApp has detected that part, and we can click on add backend. So it's going to add backend in our project, and then it will resume working on our requests. So now, as you can see here, it has completed this request. And now if I go to the testimonial part, normally I can click in this part here. So we have those testimonial, and also we have a write a review. So if I click on that, it asks my name. For example, I say Alim, and here I put a comment like test comments from me. So now I click on publish review, and here you go. As you can see, it has been published right away. So now if you open this website in another page or in another browser, normally you should be able to see those reviews which I have just submitted. Yeah, so it means it has handled the backend and database aspect as well, so the data persists permanently, and yeah, it worked pretty well. So now it's time to go live and publish our application on the internet. So in order to publish the project, we just need to go on the publish tab, and here we have a different plan, different option in order to publish our project. So we have basic plan, which are for small projects. We have a standard plan, configure your own dedicated server, and also we have a auto scale infrastructure as well, that your project will be deployed in an auto scale manner, that tomorrow if the user request goes up, the resource will goes up accordingly, and if the user request go down, it will decrease automatically the resources. So for this example, I'm gonna just try this free, our basic plan, by clicking on get started. I can click on publish now, and now it's going to publish our project, and we need to wait a little bit for that. So here, as you can see, our application has been successfully published, and now it's live on the internet. So if you want to visit our application, you can open this link, or you can click on visit your application. So here you go. This is your website ready and live. To create a mobile application, it is exactly the same as we did in web application. So the only thing that you need is just select the type of your application. So here I select mobile application, and then type your prompt. So here, as you can see, I have written make a to-do app. For this example, we're gonna try a simple example just in order to keep the size of the video shorter. But of course, you can make large-scale enterprise level mobile application as well. So now, in the next step, I'm gonna click on send prompt. So as you can see here, CraftApp has proposed as a proposal. We have the name of the project, some information about the project, and also the recommended features here. Here we have some technical information. If you want to specify a specific color branding or upload a specific logo, you can upload it here. Otherwise, you can just leave it as it is, and AI will handle everything based on the nature of your application. And the last thing, I'm gonna click on create project button. As you can see here, we have submitted our proposal. In fact, we approved the proposal, and now CraftApp is going to generate the initial version of our to-do application for us. So here, as you can see, the initial version of our mobile application has been generated properly, and here now we can zoom it a little bit further. So it's a very simple task manager, so we can arrange our task here. For example, I want to add a new task. I create a task for activate the mobile subscription. Here I define the category. It's going to personal, health, or work. It's going to be personal. Priority is high. The due date is, for example, tomorrow, and add task here. So as you can see here, it has been properly added. I can add another task. For example, answer to the Carter's email. I click on work. The priority is medium. I need to do it today. So as you can see, everything is handled properly. So here, if I click on personal, it will be filtered. If I click on work, in the health, I don't have any task. If I click on all, it's going to be okay. If I click on OK button, now it's done. Unclick, complete, and complete, or of course you can delete them if you want. So it's a task manager that we have created easily just by giving a simple prompt. So now if you want to develop your application further, adding some modification, creating new features, or making some changes, it's very easy. Whether you can ask AI to do that directly, or you can switch to edit mode here and target any particular element that you want and ask AI to do some specific modification on those elements. So let's try this part. For example, I ask change the header color to light orange. So here, as you can see, I ask AI to change the header color to light orange. As you can see here, it has changed it properly to the light orange. Or even if you use this edit mode, you can target a specific element, for example this button, and ask whatever you want. Of course, you can make some modification here from visual editor as well, or you can ask AI to do that for you. Change its color to orange. It has properly changed the color of this button for us. So very easy. So now let's try to ask to add a new feature, maybe a bigger feature. For example, I want to ask AI to add a sign in and sign up feature for my application, just in order to protect my task manager so someone else cannot be able to log into my account, or if someone else want to use this task manager, they should to sign up and use their own account for managing their tasks. So as you can see here, I asked CraftApp to add a login and sign up feature. I just need to click on that, and now it's going to generate a proper login and sign up feature for us. So now, as you can see, it has successfully created the sign up and sign in features, and it has generated this amount of codes. So let's test it. So I'm gonna sign up with my test account. We logged in properly. The sign up worked. Here, if I log out and I want to try to log in again, as you can see here, now the application is protected with the login process. So here there is some problem here. Of course, you can ask AI to fix that for you, or even you can modify them here. So as you can see here, I asked to align this part with this part properly. So now they have enough space, and of course you can make any modification that you want. Here I just use this prompt in order to reorganize them, but of course you can bring them this side or move some modification, or even you can click on that part here and use this visual editor in order to align your elements. Here you can publish this application as well, and at the end you will have an APK file, and then you can install that as well in your application. So here for the publishment of this device, I can publish it here directly. I can select whether I want to publish it in App Store or in Play Store. In fact, if I want to have an APK file for Android or an iOS file, you can select them and then you can click on Publish Now, and it's going to be published. So now, as you can see, the project has been deployed successfully. Here, as a result, we have a URL in order to have our APK file. I can click on that, and as you can see, we can download our APK file, or you can scan this QR code in order to have this file directly in your mobile device. So yeah, this APK file is now available. You can install it in your mobile device. You can upload it in Play Store in order to share it with others. And we have the same process for the iOS as well. Apart from those main functionalities, CraftApp has some other features and functionalities which can help us to improve our productivity and performance during development. For example, here we have a task management functionality where you can create your tasks, organize them, and track them systematically. For example, if you are working in a group of team, or you are working in a company, and you want to brainstorm all those tasks before creating them, so you don't need to directly send a prompt. Instead, you can create tasks here. For example, one task, I say the header style. In this task, you can brainstorm with your colleagues, finalize everything, and then you can write the prompt or the description of the task here. For example, change the background color of the header to orange. It's just an example. Or we can say light gray in order to change this background of this header to light gray. So you can add another task as well. For example, auth system, it says that add a login and sign up feature. So you can create your tasks here, and then whenever they are ready, you can just click on the start, and it's going to be executed by AI, and this task will be done. So I'm going to try these tasks. As you can see, this task is now in progress, and once it is done, it's going to be listed in the complete part. If there was an error, it will be automatically listed in the issue, and also we have the test tab, review tab, and in progress tab as well. As you can see here, this is done, and it has been added into the completed part automatically. So now if I go back to the preview, the header background has been changed to the light gray. So easy, you can use this task if you are a group of people, and of course it can improve significantly the performance of the team. So also I mentioned regarding the team here, if we go to the setting, we have a collaboration part as well, that you can invite other collaborators to work on this specific project with you. So you can invite them here, and then you both, or if there is other people as well, all can work collaboratively on this same project. Apart from task, we have a code editor here. As you can see, we have the backend codes here listed, the front-end code here, and if you want to edit some part of those codes, you can easily open them. Here we have the front-end codes here, as you can see, and you can make some changes here, and just by clicking a save button, you can save them. It's acting as a code editor inside CraftApp. So, and the next thing that we have is the database. When your project is a full stack project, so normally it should have a database as well. Beside those front-end logics, there is a backend and also a database in order to store those data. As you can see here, For our portfolio project, we added a dynamic part of testimonial, and for managing the data and storing those data in the database, here it has created a testimonial table, and as you can see, we have all those data here. And of course, you can do whatever modification you want. You can delete a row, you can save them, you can discard, and also you can export this data to a comma separated or CSV file. So I'm not going to go deeper inside because there is other information as well, like you can add an SQL functionality, you can search them as well, you can add a new record. So they are the features that you can see them, and of course you can do that as well. So in order to keep the length of the video shorter, I'm gonna skip those minor parts. So here in the setting parts, we have the collaboration. As I just mentioned, you can invite other collaborators. Also here we have the SEO configuration. Since the application or the website which is generated by CraftApp is already SEO friendly because it has been built based on Next.js framework of JavaScript, so it has the SEO in its DNA. So that's why it is also one of our advantages comparing to our competitors, that we generate the website based on with Next.js framework, which has this SEO in its DNA. So here you have some configuration in regarding the SEO if you want to change something. Here we have all the information or the functionality in order to export your project, transfer the ownership of the project, or delete them. And also here we have all those secrets which has been used in the project. Of course, you can change them, modify them, or if you want to delete them. Another tab that you can see is Assets tab. In the Assets tabs, you can see all the list of files or documents that you have worked inside your project, and it's available here. Of course, you can download them, replace them, or do whatever you want regarding those assets or media file or documents inside your project. Also here we have the Market tab. So the Market tab is for those people who want to make the projects and then put them for sale in the CraftApp marketplace. So assume that you have designed and developed this portfolio, and now you want to gain revenue. You can post it in the CraftApp marketplace, and other people who need this kind of website, they can buy it directly from you by giving some amount for you. With this way, in fact, you could have a new channel of revenue if you are working with like a freelancer or a person who want to work from home and build this website as a template and put them for sale in the CraftApp marketplace. And the published part, I have already explained that. Here we have a support, dedicated support as well. So normally it's a human support. In case if you got any problem, you can just message our support team, and we will help you here in real time in order to resolve your problem. In the mobile application part of CraftApp, apart from those additional features that we saw in the web application part, we have a live preview features here as well. Just to mention that we have all those features like task, code, database, setting, assets, publish in mobile application as well. Totally the same as we saw in the web application. So here we have another interesting feature by the name of live preview on mobile. If you click on this QR code symbol, here you can install Xpogo application in your mobile, and then you just need to scan this QR code. And after that, this application will be loaded in your real device, and you can see everything in real time. Just in order to have a real experience of this application in your real device, we have built this feature so you can see everything during development in your real device. For example, if you make some changes, if you delete something, if you add some new feature, you can see all of them in your real device. Here we have a simulator here, but in real device, of course, you will have a real experience, and it will be more smoother and realistic when you load this application in your mobile device. So it's acting as you have installed this application in your mobile application. So it is something which can improve the performance and also the productivity of your development as well, and help you to have a realistic experience during the development of a project. Thank you so much for your attention, and that's all.